Welcome back, everybody, to Street Sign Storytime, the show where we dig up the dirt, peel back the layers, and mash together the facts and fiction behind some of the quirkiest, funniest, and most original street names in America. Today, we're going to head over to Morristown, New York, a charming little riverside town nestled along the St. Lawrence River, and we're stopping on a street so famous, so legendary, it might just starch your imagination. That's right, folks. We're talking about Potato Street. But before we get into Potato Street and how it got its name, let's peel back the history of Morristown itself with a little fun fact break. Morristown, New York was founded in the early 1800s and is famous for its scenic views of the St. Lawrence River, its historical significance in the War of 1812, and as a gateway to the Thousand Islands. It's a small town with big charm, known for its waterfront, friendly folks, unless, there's a sports rival, and quirky traditions. Morristown, New York is home to the iconic Stone Windmill that was built in 1825 by Hugh McConnell. It's one of the oldest windmills in New York State and has served as a local landmark for nearly 2 centuries. While it's no longer grinding grain, it's a symbol of the town's deep historical roots. The St. Lawrence River connection in Morristown sits along the beautiful St. Lawrence River, offering stunning views and a gateway to the Thousand Islands region. The river has been a vital part of the town's development, serving as a hub for fishing, trade, and tourism. And it's also a place for bird enthusiasts. Morristown is a hotspot for bird watchers. Jacques Cartier State Park, located nearby, is a haven for those who love spotting bald eagles, great blue herons, and countless migratory birds. Just don't forget your binoculars. Now that you know a little bit more about Morristown, let's dive into the starch-filled origin and the story of Potato Street. Grab your butter, because this tale is going to be rich. Picture it. The mid-1800s. A small group of settlers in Morristown was determined to put the town on the map. They had fertile land, hardworking people, and one glaring problem: no industry. Other towns along the St. Lawrence River were fishing or trading, but Morristown, it needed a signature product. Enter Samuel Taterman, a local farmer with a vision and a surprising knack for marketing. Samuel noticed that the soil in Morristown was perfect for growing potatoes. Big ones. Weirdly, big ones. Legend has it the potatoes from Samuel's farm were so large they actually made national headlines. One particularly monstrous potato, affectionately called the Spud King, was carved into a canoe for the town's annual potato regatta. Now, the name Potato Street supposedly comes from a legendary event involving Samuel and a shipment of potatoes that were meant for a big trade deal in Ogdensburg. This was supposed to be Morristown's big break. But if anybody knows Morristown, luck is not always on their side, and disaster strikes. The oxen that were pulling the potato cart were actually startled by a passing boat whistle, and the cart toppled, scattering potatoes all over what is now known as Potato Street. Locals, they rushed to help Samuel recover the potatoes, and as they did, they realized something incredible. The potatoes had pretty much sprouted spontaneously in the dirt along the street. Within weeks, the entire stretch of the road, they were lined with potato plants. It was such a sight that Samuel decided to leave them as a tourist attraction. People would come from miles around just to see the potato path. A reporter joked in the local paper that Morristown had streets literally paved with potatoes. And naturally, the name stuck. And you're probably sitting there, is this story true? Let's just say that there's no plaque commemorating Samuel Taterman or his potato spill. There's no blue or red signs that you see in the historical ones. But the name Potato Street, that's very real. And so is Morristown's charm. So the next time you're driving through Morristown, heading up the Briar Hill, swing on by Potato Street. Take a moment to imagine those giant potatoes lining the road, and remember Samuel Taterman and his starchy legacy. Or at least the story that we told you about him. That's all for this episode of the Street Sign Storytime. Remember, every street sign has a story, and some are just a little more mashed together than others. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your imagination running wild.